So I was talking with my business partner this evening. We were having a good time. We were, eating, reflecting on the good times as to how far we've come in terms of our beliefs, the diet, the fitness, how they shifted, and all of that. And, we just started talking about our business, how it's going. And right now it's a personal period. And we realize that we're not putting enough work. And this video is not only going to be about business, it applies to literally everything. So I recommend you keep watching this because I guess it's going to be pretty interesting for me to hear this perspective. But basically we were just kind of discussing our dreams. We were basically dreaming as to where we're going to go. We want to go after school, which is this year. Where we want to travel, where we want to live in. We're pretty low on time. We're going all in on business. University is not an option. um we really need to be doing our best right now, and we were just kind of wondering why are we not doing our best. Like, why are we just so relaxed? We don't feel any sense of urgency and stress, something that would push us instead of just staying relaxed, scrolling whatever, once in a while, just to like really really push hard on our work. And the conclusion that I came to, which I've come to so many times, and I always would cope and say, no, there's another way. Like, there has to be another way. But I realized that if you want to achieve your dreams, if you want to really change the situation that you're in right now, there usually needs to happen a sort of a very extreme situation, some extreme place of discomfort. Perhaps your parent dies, or your parents die. Perhaps something traumatizing happens. Perhaps something happens that just shocks your entire world. Or perhaps, you just have absolutely no other way. Perhaps you're going broke, homeless, whatever, and you just need to find a way to make it work. Usually I find that all the people who are successful, if you just take a moment to reflect on this, like all the successful people that you hear about, they usually have some sort of a story where something bad happened. Either they lost a parent or something, they were in an extremely impoverishing situation, they had to find a way out, or they would die, or whatever. Usually all these successful people have an extreme success story, an extremely interesting life. Usually there's no like some person who had like a good family. They had their parents were making good money. They were in a comfortable situation. They ended school, they finished university, they did this, they did that, and now they're like super famous and stuff. That's very rarely the case. There are people like that, but that's very very rarely the case. And I'm kind of afraid right now that if I truly want to make this work, my business work, and make it full time and just go all in, it's gonna take some sort of a deadline. When the push is gonna be coming to shove, when I will have no time, when I will have absolutely no other choice, that's gonna be the time when I finally lock in. And I really don't want to go to that spot. I really don't. And I know it's possible to lock in right now, but it's very difficult. It's like when you have an assignment and you have 1 month to do it. Are you gonna start today? Are you gonna start today if you have 30 days from now to complete it? Usually no. You're gonna start a week before, a couple days before, even 1 day before. But usually you don't start right now. It is the same thing right now for me. I have a certain amount of time left till I actually have to, move out and survive on my own. And of course, every rational human being will say, "Well, start today. You don't know how long it may take you." But instinctually, it just feels for me the same as the homework assignment. So yeah, I'm not sure whether any of you are going through a similar situation, but I just wanted to put it out there because a lot of the times it takes people to go to the far end of the extreme where you know it's either ride or die. it's hard to avoid that situation. I can, of course, give others advice, give myself advice, but acting upon that advice is a different matter. So that's mainly it from my side. Perhaps that's gonna give you something to reflect on. Perhaps you can relate with it, and if you can, you can leave a comment and share your situation. We can have a quick chat. Perhaps you have some thoughts. Perhaps you have an interesting perspective that we can learn from. But yeah, it's a tough period, especially if you're young. You still haven't decided what you want to do or how you're gonna do it or how it's gonna work out, and it's tough. But there's no other way. The sooner you understand that there's no other way, that you gotta make it work, well, the sooner it is that you're finally gonna start making enough progress. And perhaps from this video, I've painted it that I'm kind of super struggling. I'm not making progress at all. Like I'm in a very bad spot. No, I'm in a pretty good end, but I'm in a very, very good spot, but not nearly as good as I need to be. You know, I'm definitely better than 99.999% of people my age, but yeah, I'm not competing with the rest. I'm competing with the top 1% who are actually chasing their goals and not just letting life throw them whatever way the wind blows. So it's tough, but I gotta make it work, guys. So let's lock in. God bless you.